I didn't see you there. Mr. Gosser here. It's so good to be with you today, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Now, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. You are in Mr. Gosser's kitchen. Welcome. And count it as a privilege because not very many people get to be here. But I'm super excited for what's going to be happening today. You guys are going to get the opportunity to do a lab assignment for extra credit. Okay? So what you're going to be doing is making homemade ice cream. And I'm going to make some for you and show you how to do it here in just a second. Before we do that, I want to kind of tie this into what we've been talking about. Now, these first couple of weeks of school has been focused on the agricultural industry. And as a part of the agricultural industry, we've determined that so many things encompass that. Things that we don't even think about on a day-to-day basis. On the very first day of school, I shared a quote with you that said, several times in a person's life, you're going to need a doctor and a lawyer and things like that. But every single day, 3 times a day, you need a farmer. That's because you eat 3 times a day. The agricultural industry is massively important. And a big part of that industry is sitting right here on this table. So we've got whipping cream, things like this, our dairy products and like our milk come from dairy farmers and dairy cattle. We have sugar, which is derived from sugar cane, which is a plant that is grown and in different parts of the world. We have vanilla, which is also from a plant and extracted from that. So ice cream, something as simple as ice cream, has all of these different things from all different parts of the country, from all different parts of the world, from all different parts and kinds of farmers coming together to produce something as simple as ice cream. So without further ado, we're going to make some ice cream. Now, I want to explain how this is going to work for you. If you do this assignment, if you are able to round up the stuff that you need to do it, and you're able to create your own bag of ice cream, and you take a picture of it and you send it in or attach it to this assignment, you will receive extra credit. Now, I'm not 100% sure what that extra credit is going to be yet, but I will relay that on to you at a later time. But nonetheless, you guys are going to get to learn how to do it anyway. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to combine some of our ingredients. Okay? Now, I'm not a great cook. I have to follow the directions or whatever you call that. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy cream. Heavy cream is derived from a dairy cow. It's a dairy product. And it's real thick and coarse, and that's what gives the ice cream its thickness, so to speak. So we're going to put that in our bowl. Okay, so we're going to need a big bowl and a whisk here in a minute to mix all this up together. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Now, we all like sugar, but sugar derives from a plant called sugar cane. And honestly, it's not great for you, especially this much. I mean, it's a lot of sugar. But just look away that part. Okay. Next, we're going to add a pinch of salt. Not really sure why, but we'll go with it anyway. Then we're going to add 1 1/4 cup of whole milk. Now, another teaching opportunity. There's different kinds of milk, and no, chocolate milk does not come from brown cows. All milk comes from white cows. Chocolate's just added to it, and believe it or not, people do believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. But you have different kinds of milk. You have skim milk, 2% milk, and whole milk, and this is whole milk. Skim milk has a little bit less fat in it. It has a little bit more water content, so it's watered down essentially. 2% has 2% fat content. Whole milk has 3.5% fat content. So the more, higher up you go, the thicker the milk is. It has more fat in it. Also makes it more calories and a little bit unhealthier for you. So now we've got most of our ingredients all mixed together. Next, so we're doing vanilla ice cream. So we're going to add some pure vanilla extract to that as well. Okay. So all we're going to do is we're going to put 1 tablespoon. Oh, that's 1 teaspoon. Sorry, it'd been an extra vanilla. Okay. Now, everything is all together. And if you want, you can add in like Oreos or peaches or strawberries and make it a specific type or flavor of ice cream. Feel free to do that. We tried peaches earlier and it turned out really good. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to whisk this all together. Now, I don't really know why it's called that, but you're just simply gonna take this whisker and whisk. Really give it some good whisking. I don't really know how else to describe that, but you're gonna need to do that for about a minute or two and get all that sugar really dissolved inside of the mixture. So the faster you can whisk, maybe the faster it will go. I don't know. But we're gonna sit here and we're gonna whisk away until we're ready to go. Okay? So again, while this is whisking up, be thinking, if this is something you could possibly do. It's a lot of fun. It's a great opportunity for you to maybe include some of your younger siblings, if you have those, and you could even take the opportunity to teach them a little bit about some of the things that you've learned by watching this video. Okay? Teach them about where milk comes from. Teach them about how ice cream, something as simple and delicious as ice cream, relates to the agricultural industry. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with this, and I just really encourage you to do it if you can. But again, I always say this whenever I give assignments, please do not log off of here after watching this video and go and tell your mom or your dad or your grandma that Mr. Gosser said that she needed to go to Kroger and buy $30 worth of stuff to make ice cream. I didn't say that, which that's what usually some of you do, and then I get a phone call from somebody saying, hey, why did you tell my son or daughter that they needed to go spend $30 and buy all this stuff for ice cream? It's an optional assignment. Please understand that. Okay, we're all mixed up and whisked away and ready to go. The next thing we're going to do is you can see it there. It's kind of starting to thicken already due to that whipping cream. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to pour this mixture into this bag. It's a quart bag, okay? Now, I had help doing this earlier, so I'm going to attempt to do this on my own, so bear with me if I spill it all over the place. But we're just going to pour it into this quart bag as best we can and get that in there, okay? Now, this next part is really key, all right? You have to get all of the air out of the bag, all the air out of the bag. So, doing that without squishing it all up through the top is kind of difficult. So the best suggestion for that is to, see, I'm already doing it. That's all right, we're just going to do that. Get up there as much as you can and then just zip it across and we'll just wipe that off. And you want to see it like not have any air pockets. You want to get that air out as best you can. Then step 2 is putting it inside of another quart bag. And to be completely and totally honest with you, I have no idea why. But we're just going to follow the instructions and do what it says. So we're going to shove this one down in there again. Maybe. Just like that. Now, again, the key here is getting all the air out. So we're going to push all the air out of these bags and seal it off. All right? Just like that. And you're ready to go. Now, you're going to take it. It's like a Russian nesting doll. We're just going to put another bag inside of another bag. So you need a lot of bags, but this time we're going to take the 2 quart bags and put it inside the big gallon bag. All right? Now, here's where the fun starts. I had ice somewhere. Maybe I didn't get that out. Okay. Yeah. All right, so you're going to need some crushed ice. You can do this from your ice maker, and you can get a hammer or something and crush up that ice. But what you're going to do is you're going to add about 5 cups of crushed ice to the gallon bag. And you're going to work it around in there and try to get it around the edges of the bag as best you can. Okay? Just like that. That's 3. 4, 5. Okay? So your bag should now look like that. Okay? Our next step is to add 4 tablespoons of salt to the ice. Now, you might be thinking, why would we do that? The reason we're going to do that is because of science. Your science teacher would be proud of you. By adding the salt to the ice, it lowers the freezing point. It makes it even colder. It helps the ice cream freeze or turn more solid more quickly. So we're just gonna sprinkle that all over the ice. I've lost count. I don't know how many I put in there. Okay, one more. And just like that. So then I'm just gonna take this and mix all that in there on the ice, real nice like. All right. Now, again, you're gonna do your very best to squeeze all the air out of the bag and get started there. Squeeze all that air out. Just like that. Now here is what you're going to want to do next. And this is the most fun part. And this is where I might recruit a sibling or someone to help. You're either going to take a towel like this one and you're going to wrap it around here. Because believe it or not, this bag is really cold. Or my personal favorite, just go with the oven mitts. And now you are going to spend 8 minutes shaking and massaging this bag. All right? So just like this. All right, yeah. Just give it a little shake. You know, you can put some music on and shake with the music, whatever. My best advice to use, if you have a sibling, just be like, hey, you want to play a really fun game? Here, shake this bag of ice for 8 minutes while it turns into ice cream. And they're going to be like, yes, of course. So, I'm going to shake this bag for 8 minutes, then I'm going to come back and show you the finished product.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
And time. It's been 8 minutes. Let's check this out and see what our ice cream looks like. First, let me take off my sopping wet oven mitts. All right, here we go. I'm super excited. Can't wait to try our ice cream. Now, this is going to be a little messy. Sorry, parents. All right, so I'm going to take the first bag out of the second bag. And your next step is going to be to open the bag. And actually, if you look down in there, you can see how it's started to freeze up and become very creamy. So then next, what we're going to do is we're going to pour it into a bowl or a container. And it's going to be pretty thick, so you're going to kind of want to squeeze it out like you're decorating cupcakes or something. So squeeze that out of there. And if you look closely, you have ice cream, vanilla ice cream. Now it's a little runny, and that's just because of the reality here. But if you take, some people like their ice cream runny. In fact, this is how I prefer mine, so it's just right. But if you want it to be a little bit more firm, just kind of stir it together like this and get it all smoothed out and place it in the freezer for an hour or two, and you will have perfectly chilled ice cream for you to enjoy. So let's try this and see what it tastes like. Yeah, so good. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you take the opportunity to do this if you can, because it's a great opportunity to just think about all the different things that the agriculture industry does for us, even the smallest things like delicious ice cream. Enjoy, guys.